Hey, hockey fans, and welcome back to another edition of Puck My Life. I know it's been a few months since we've been on. We apologize for that, but things have been crazy. So, tonight, what we're going to be going over is some updates from what's been going on since then. And then we're also going to be giving away the Fireball Hockey Club official game puck tonight. And I am joined with my co host, Mark. How we doing there, sir?
Doing all right. Like you said, it's been a while since we've been on. I think we owe everybody an explanation on what's been going on.
Yeah, and so you guys are going to get that explanation. So here we go. Let's jump into tonight's show. All right. So first off, I did want to say that with tonight's giveaway, it is for the Firebird Hockey Club. If you're not already following them on Instagram, please do so. It's a cool hockey team out in California. And if you don't win tonight's puck, you can see there on one of their latest posts, you can go over to their shop and you can actually pick this puck up for $10. And then I believe they still charge shipping on top of that. They have a bunch of other merch. If you haven't already, go over and check out Fireball Hockey Club and see what they have going on. But what we're going to start to get into now is our season update. And this is actually a slide that I took from one of our presentations that we were actually supposed to put together and present, and it was for the London Knights. So it's been a while. We were going to upload that one, but there was some technical issues with the audio, and so that one did not get released. We actually have to reshoot it, and unfortunately, since then, another update, Cody has since moved from Michigan to Arizona. So it's been a little bit more difficult to do some of the game experiences with Cody now that he is in Arizona as opposed to Michigan. He's on a different time schedule and everything. So we're going to try to get caught up. I know we said in the Buffalo game that was going to be the next one they're going to do. We'll see. We're not 100% sure exactly which direction we're going to go from here because you're going to find out in a minute that we have a lot of catching up to do. But initially, this is what we planned on doing for the month of February. We were planning on going to Generals Night in Flint on the 4th. We had the Red Wings game on the 9th. And then the 21st and 22nd, we were supposed to go see Chicago and the Ice Hogs. And then we were supposed to go to the Michigan game on Saturday. But with everything changing, Cody getting a new job and everything, this is what it ended up being. We went to the Saginaw Spirit on Wednesday, February 1st, which was Cody's last game at the Dow Event Center for the Saginaw Spirit before he moved. And then Mark and I were actually able to go to Generals Night on Saturday, February 4th. February 9th was Red Wings versus the Calgary Flames, which is, of all the games that they have each year down in Detroit, that's the one game that I try to go to every year. Then you see a new team in there that we weren't even expecting to go see. Yep. And Mark and I went that night. Actually, we were planning on going to Duel in the D, but when we found out after contacting both schools that there wasn't going to be any exclusive merch or pucks for that, we decided, well, why don't we go see a new team and get a new puck? So we went and checked out the Waterford Sharks, and it was a fun night. Even though it's a small arena, a small crowd, we still had a really good time. Mark was chatting it up with I believe it was the bus driver for the team that who was it they were playing that night? I don't have my notes. Muskegon Voyagers. So he was talking to the bus driver, and it was kind of cool to get some neat insights from him. Yeah. And then we were supposed to go on the 25th to go see Michigan, but then we moved it up a day because of some schedules and went and saw Michigan. I play Minnesota is what I believe. I'm not 100% sure. Or it was Notre Dame. I think it was Notre Dame. I think that night was Notre Dame. We've gone to so many games now, guys, that some of the stuff is starting to kind of blur a little bit. But it's all right. We'll get it right in the end.
Right.
And then for March, Mark, do you want to talk about what we did as a group for the first time in Puck My Life history in March?
First time ever, all 5 of us went on the same trip. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. We went to Las Vegas. The 1st and the 2nd to the Golden Knights, and then the Silver Knights. It was definitely a trip to remember. We have a lot to talk about for that. and then we went to Texas to see the Texas Stars on that Friday. And then Saturday we hung out in Texas a little bit. So it was a little bit longer, but there was no hockey on Saturday. And we were looking everywhere for you guys. We were trying to get that extra day of hockey in, get something in before our flight left, but couldn't find any. But we'll get more into that once that video comes out.
Yeah, that was a really good trip. I was actually really glad that we were able to throw in Texas, because like I think when we were messaging people on the Instagram and asking them where they thought we were going, after some of them figured out Vegas, they had no idea after we went to Vegas and Henderson that we were going to Texas.
Yeah,
because I showed like on the story that, hey, we're on a flight. Where are we going next? And some people were like, oh, you're going home. It's like, nope, we headed to Austin. And went and saw the Texas Stars. And there's a lot to say about that game. I don't want to give away something that happened during the game. If you're a big AHL fan, you probably already know what happened that night. Two epic things happened that night. One of them happened at our game, and another one happened, I think up in Chicago or something. We'll have it all set for you once we do that game experience. And then on Saturday, March 18th, Mark was adamant. He's like, dude, we got to go to this game. I'm like, what's up? He's like, it's autograph night. So we actually went and got to meet the players, we got their card pack from the team store. We got each of the players to sign their card. I got a couple of pucks signed. Mark, you got the whole card pack signed. I think you got like one or two pucks signed.
Yeah, I got a puck signed too.
Yeah, so it was really cool. It actually, in going to that, I thought it was going to take a lot longer than it did, but no, they actually moved the line along pretty well, and it worked out pretty good. We were there, I think 2 hours after the game started.
No, it wasn't even that. It was like an hour and 15 minutes, I want to say.
An hour and 15 minutes? Okay, yeah. So it
wasn't... My original thought was 2 hours, and we kind of took a little, like, bet or whatnot on it to see how long it would take, and I was assuming 2 hours, but it only ended up being like an hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah, it was definitely a fun time. We were streaming Michigan playing Minnesota in the Big Ten championship. Got to watch them win while we were in line, and I think behind us, we were probably about 3/4 of the way through it, and then I think by the time they got through everybody, it was about 2 hours is what it took, and they were handing out posters for everybody to sign. So it was just a fun night. I was glad that the Spirit put something like that on. And then the next week, you see there, 24th, 25th, so my wife has a friend who lives out in Chicago. So we went out there for the weekend. I dropped her off. Jose was with me. And while she was hanging out with her friend, Jose and I went and hit a few hockey games. Now, we'll talk about this in more in depth later, but it was such a hassle to try to find a team that we could see on Thursday. We were even looking at flying out of Chicago and going a bunch of places. We tried to find a way to do 3 teams in 3 nights. Unfortunately, it was not able to work, but we did have some pretty epic games Friday the 24th and Saturday the 25th, and we'll be going over that here in an upcoming video. All right, and so for April so far, not a whole lot going on. This last week was pretty good. Firebirds game on Monday, April 3rd, and then Friday and Saturday, Fort Wayne Comets and Indy Fuel. I went down to visit my uncle and a couple of friends that were down there. Jose was actually available, so he went with me, and we actually stayed in Fort Wayne for both nights. And then on Saturday, we just drove down to the game, drove back to Fort Wayne that night, stayed over, and was back around like 10:30 the next morning on Sunday. So yeah, pretty good trip. Not really sure where we're going to go from here. I'm still 2 teams short of meeting the new goal of 25 teams. So I know I've talked to Mark a few times about trying to get stuff figured out. We even looked at, like, a lot of these teams are starting to go to the playoffs now. We even looked at, like, possibly going to Kitchener to watch a game, but when we called them and they said they were out of pucks, we're like, oh goodness, like, we're still trying to find some. So if you guys have any suggestions of anything that's close to Michigan that would still have official game pucks that we could go see between now and the end of the playoffs for a lot of these leagues, hit us up in the DMs, and we will take it from there. But we're still going to try to do everything that we can to get to 25, because what's happening is that we've been so busy with going to games, the list just keeps getting longer.
Yeah.
And it keeps getting longer. So, I mean, these 2 slides full of teams, these are all game experiences that we have to catch up on.
Yeah.
And we're going to be doing this probably until the beginning of next season. But I will say this, the plan is to get all these caught up and then start to work on the new 25 for next year and see how we can tackle all that. I don't know how it's going to work. I didn't think that this season we'd be able to really hit 25. If you go back and watch the first video that we had about the goals and what I had set and what Mark had set, we've hit some of them. We haven't hit some of them. So it's been quite the season, and we will do a full season recap video once the season is completely over after the Stanley Cup Finals. So if you haven't already, make sure you head on over to our Instagram, give us a follow. We've been actually getting a lot of traction over there. I appreciate everyone who is following us over there. We're growing the community, and it's awesome to see these new people popping up. We're getting new teams popping up. I was just showing Mark before we went on tonight that there's a new team coming out in Wisconsin. It's Wisconsin Woodsmen, and it's just so much fun. So we're really looking forward to the rest of this season, but I'm also right now, I am super stoked for next year already. Like, I know it's hard to believe because we still have playoffs and stuff left this year, but I am so excited for what is going to come next year. We have some really cool stuff planned, and we'll reveal some of that maybe in the season recap video, but there's some stuff that me and Mark are talking about behind the scenes that we could possibly do. So
I don't know if we'll give some of it away though. The surprise is nice.
We might give them a little something.
Just a little bit, and have you guys guess.
Yeah, so we'll see, but we're super excited for what is looking like possibilities for next year. So, and if you haven't already and you're already following us, be sure to click on our Linktree link. You can, depending on whatever platform you're watching this, there's the YouTube link, the Rumble link, our arena tour, which some people were asking me what's with the arena tour? So this is the Puck My Life arena tour map that I have made, and any one of these icons that you click on for the teams that we've seen will actually take you right to the arena. It's right to where they are. It's the right address. Everything's been verified, and this is everywhere that I have personally been throughout this whole hockey experience. There's one team that I didn't put on there because they're defunct and their building is no longer there, so there's no address to tag to it. So, but this is all active teams and everything. So if you get a chance, go over there, check that out, let us know what you think of it, and we're constantly adding to this as we do more teams. And then also Sports Leagues maps, if you haven't already checked that out. Basically what he does is he has this website where you can go and look up hockey, baseball, soccer, basketball, football, even NASCAR, and a few other things. You can search by state, you can search by league, and for example, if you click on hockey, this is all the leagues it'll bring up, and then you can look at a map similar to what I made, and it'll show you where all the teams are at around those particular leagues, and so you can see what's close by and what you want to see down the road and start to plan out your hockey traveling for next year. So really cool resource. I've been using them literally since day one of starting this whole thing that we've started, this whole mess of stuff that's happened since then. If you go back and watch the first video, you'll see there's nothing in my room. And then there's all these pucks now, all these displays. It's getting out of hand, but it's controlled madness. It's controlled madness. So at this time, this is what all you guys came here for, probably. You guys probably didn't even care about what we had going on before, but I'm sure some people skipped ahead to this part.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is, I have it pulled up here on my other computer, but I put everybody's names in this wheel that was able to meet all of the criteria, and everybody actually did this time. So we didn't have to eliminate anybody because they didn't follow the rules. So what I did was,
good job, everybody.
Good job, guys. So what I'm going to do is, to make this as fair as possible, I have everybody here in a list. I'm going to shuffle this list 3 times, 1, 2, and 3. Now we're going to update the wheel, and then this is going to be elimination style. So we are going to spin the wheel, and whoever is the last hockey fan standing will receive the Flint Firebirds Firebird Hockey Club official game puck, brought to you by the Firebirds Hockey Club. So we're gonna get this fireball. It's a fireball puck, not Firebirds. Last night, Mark and I were cheering against the Firebirds as Saginaw whooped on them in Game 7. We're super excited. We're a little bummed because Saginaw does not do the playoff merch or puck. So if any of you people from Saginaw Spirit marketing team or the people who run the store watching this, get some merch for the playoffs. Pucks. The Firebirds are killing it with it. You guys need to step up your game. Let's go.
Yeah.
So, all right, Mark, are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
All right, so here we go, guys. We're going to spin this wheel and see who is going to take home the Fireball Hockey official puck. All right, so we're going to be eliminating people as we go. Oh, man, John. Sorry, man.
Oh.
Hockey Junkets. I was pulling from this. He came close. I was like, oh, Spencer. Spencer's done. Here we go. Oh, Sheer. Chase. Chase actually won it last time, so it's going to go to somebody new is going to win this one. Plymouth Whalers Museum. That guy's got some pretty good stuff. If you're not following Plymouth Whalers Museum, go check him out.
Yeah.
All right, we're down to the last few. Ah, Caleb. Caleb wasn't sure if he could enter, but I was like, dude, you don't have this puck. You can share it around and enter.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. All right. Kate Brown, 61. Down to 4. Here we go. Little fry cook. Okay, I like that. Oh, man. Coming down to 2. The Waterford Sharks win.
Wow, nice. Nice.
Hockey Club wins.
Nice.
Yeah, so yeah, interesting.
Yeah, very interesting.
They entered, so I'm not sure if they're gonna like fully accept the puck. If they don't, we'll get whoever was in second place for that. But congratulations to the Waterford Sharks. They actually did everything that needed to happen. So the Waterford Sharks actually won. I can't believe it. I was like watching it. It's like, oh man, I think they're gonna win.
Yeah.
And then sure enough, they win. So we won.
Congratulations, guys.
Congratulations. Waterford Sharks are not one hockey club to another. But we'll see what they say. If they want us to rerun it, we'll run it for them. But yeah, we want to thank everybody who entered that. And Mark doesn't actually know about this.
Yeah, Tyler didn't let me see any slides after this. So
again,
I'm real curious.
Again, if you're not already, Fireball Hockey Club, give them a follow over on Instagram. Also, too, just to let you guys know, I did put this in the description, but you did not get my Fireball whiskey. That was not included. It's just a puck. All right. So I was saving this for last, Mark. So we actually do have a sponsor for the next giveaway, which will be happening once we hit 400, which at the rate we're going shouldn't be very long. But we are getting a puck from the Puff Puff Passers Hockey Club. Will be coming in within the next week or two, and they are a inline hockey club, and they are going to be sponsoring the next giveaway at 400 followers. And they got some pretty cool merch. If you go over and give them a follow, you can go get some merch for the Puff Puff Passers.
Passers.
And yeah, some really cool stuff they got over there. Isn't that the the guy from Pete's Dragon? Isn't that what he's from? Isn't that Pete from Pete's Dragon? Because it looks like the one from like the old like Disney movie, right? Like it's kind of just using him with the hockey stick and stuff. It looks like him, right?
I don't know.
If you know, drop it in the comments. But we want to thank our next sponsor for the next giveaway, the Puff Puff Passers. So we'll be getting that in. Actually, the cool thing about
this
is
cool. I mean, they got a cool
it is an
logo.
inline hockey puck that we're getting with their logo on it. So it'll be the first inline hockey puck that we're gonna do. I mean, we got Summer League coming up, so we're probably gonna do some more stuff with inline hockey. So we'll see. Hockey is hockey, and if they got pucks, we're going. So I mean, it's really cool. Puff Puff Passers Hockey Club will be sponsoring the next one, and we'll be giving away one of their pucks. So that wraps it up for tonight. We appreciate everybody who has been following us thus far. It's been a crazy season. Like I said, we apologize for some of the inactivity on here with some of the videos. It has just been a wild ride. Almost, for me, 40 games this year, which is crazy. And the playoffs are just starting for some of these leagues. And then, like, Saginaw just made it to the next round. So I'm sure we're going to go to some Saginaw-Sarnia matchup games. And hopefully they can keep going so we can keep going to some more Saginaw games. And then also, too, we are also really excited about next year. You want to talk about it? What's happening in Saginaw next year, Mark, that we are going to go to? Probably every single game?
Yeah, probably every single game. The Memorial Cup. Saginaw got the bid. Man, that more than likely will have our own video just announcing that and kind of our plan on going into it before it even starts. Like a pre-video to it. Kind of just explaining what we plan on doing. And then we'll probably do our videos of like each game or whatnot, or even like maybe a follow-up video. We still got to talk about it a little bit to see exactly what we're going to do, but we'll probably have some sort of announcement beforehand.
Yeah, I want to do my plan is I would like to do a recap video of the whole experience of going to a Memorial Cup from start to finish. And if we can, I'm going to try to figure out how we can do this. But when we do the recap video, I want to try to make sure that we can record it from center ice at Dow Event Center.
Yeah.
So we can talk about it at Dow Event Center, center ice, lights on, everything. So we are going to try to make that happen. So all the support that you guys get to help us grow will help us in getting that to be able to do that for next year. I mean, we'll be fine if we do another part of the building, but can you imagine if we did the recap video from center ice? Oh, that would be awesome. So if any of the people from Saginaw are still watching, hit us up, and we'd love to do that next year. So, all right. Well, we appreciate everybody for stopping by. Before we go, Mark, do you have anything else that you would like to add to it or talk about that's coming up or anything before we go? Because I'm not sure when we're going to be back on again, guys. I wish I had a answer for you if you're asking that question. It's just right now with our schedules are just kind of hectic right now as we're kind of moving out of some things and moving into spring and summer and stuff like that. So just bear with us.
And we got to go to hockey games too. So
yeah, we still have more hockey games to go to. The hockey season isn't over, and we're still trying to come up with content for the summer and everything. And we're still putting out a lot of stuff on Instagram. The best place to be in contact with us and see what we're doing up to date is the Instagram. So go over. The link will be in the description below. Click on that. Follow us over there. And it's also the quickest way if you do have any questions, or if you're the Saginaw Spirit and are going to allow us to record from center ice next year, that's where we want to talk to you guys about locking that in. So, all right. Well, if you don't have anything else, I think we're going to let everybody go for the night. You guys have a great night. We'll see you sometime here in the future. Don't know when, but have fun out there, and it's all for the love of hockey. So, all right.
Thanks, guys.
We'll see you guys.